What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to you with a quick analysis. I know that we talked about OKC. That's the hottest topic. Should they trade Paul George? Should Carmelo Anthony go through the bench? Is Russell Westbrook really a team player? Can he play with other stars? But the unsung hero of the Thunder, the guy that plays and does all the dirty work. He gets the rebounds, he sets the screens, he get people open, he has the hustle, he anchors the defense to a certain extent. Besides Robertson, the guy that I made a video about a couple years ago, I had made a video called Steven Adams Potential. How good can Adams be? I seen how hard he played. I seen that he was coming off the bench. And then when he started starting, I said, hey, I like this guy. He could be a good player. I'm not a big Steven Adams fan, but I noticed that he can play. And this was years ago, probably 2014, 2015. I made that video, and that's years later, I'm starting to see that he has evolved. He still has the similar style of he wants to be brutal, he wants to be aggressive, and he likes to stay around the paint. He's not trying to be something that he's not. He's not trying to stray away from his strengths. He knows what he's good at. He knows his bread and butter. He knows what got him to the league. And all he has did was expanded on his talent. He does more, but he was able to add more tools to what he already know how to do. And I was telling you guys the things that he needs to do in that video to become a better player, and he has done it. It's early in the month, but in December, Steven Adams is averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds on 71% from the field. That's what you want from your center. Efficient basketball, great numbers inside the paint, setting hard screens, and he has been doing that all season. And he has really became the guy that nobody really complains about, but also the guy that doesn't really get all the credit for what he does for the team, because a lot of the things that he does always don't show up in the box score, but at the same time he does feed off other stars. He needs Russell to be aggressive so he can get the dump offs, so he can get some space for the floaters, so he can get some rebounds and get a tip in every once in a while. And he has made some clutch tip ins over the last couple of weeks where he has made good putback dunks and good tip ins to help them seal games and help them when they miss the opportunity to score, still get a basket. I still think that the team that he's on, it's hard to get 10 rebounds because you have Russell stealing rebounds. Sometimes Steven Adams be there and Russell just takes the rebound out of the air from him. You also got Carmelo. He likes to get a lot of rebounds. Paul George. So the rebound numbers haven't really been amazing like we thought he would be in the future because he's so big, so strong, and he bulked up and he's athletic. But it's the team that he plays on that allows him not to get a lot of rebounds. And Russell, even last year, averaged 10 rebounds, but a lot of those he took from Adams and Cantor, and playing with Cantor hurted his rebounds too, because Cantor came in getting 6 to 7 to 8 to 9, 10 rebounds a game off the bench, and that's rebounds that Steven Adams can't get. He can play a little harder. He can put a little bit more effort and energy. He can box out a little bit better. And he should be able to get 10 rebounds regardless. I'm not going to make an excuse, but I'm just telling you guys what I see and the reason why he's not getting the rebounds like a Russell Westbrook. And like in his Cantor, they had more fight. They wanted it a little bit more, and they put themselves in a good position to get the rebounds. And Adams has to continue to learn and continue to improve on that area, especially if they go to the playoffs. You want to have as much advantages as possible, and usually the team that leads in rebounds always usually wins the game, and that's really an old fact back in the day, and it still really happens to this day. But teams has found other ways to win games besides rebounding, and sometimes if you don't miss that many shots, and you play great defense, you can get turnovers, and that can turn into points off of transition. And you also can shoot a lot of threes in mid range, and if you make a lot of your shots, it's not that many rebounds to get. So you can win like that too. But Adams is a guy that has become more of a Serge Ibaka, Tyus Gibson player where he has talent around him and he feeds off of it because you have to watch the stars. You have to game plan to stop the stars. And when they're going and when they have the ball in their hands, your goal is to get the ball out of Paul George's hands, find a way to stop him, and Adams has just been feeding off of that. Um, Carmelo has got a lot of isolation, but when he takes up that low post area or that high post area for his mid range jumper or a three, it leaves the eyes off of Adams because now you're focused on closing out on Carmelo, playing good defense on Carmelo. Everybody clear out one side, so it gives Steven Adams a little bit of advantage to run in, plow through defenders, and get a rebound or a putback. But he has benefited a lot from playing with stars, and now he's playing even better. He's playing his best basketball in his career, not including the playoffs. But we all knew Steven Adams can play. We all knew he had talent. We all think he still can continue to get better. Obviously, he's not that old. He's only 24. By the end of this season, he'll be 25 in July. He is a legitimate 7 foot 250. He's a strong, brutal force, but he has stayed efficient. He has stayed true to his game, and he doesn't try too hard, and he doesn't try to do something that he can't do. And that's an important thing when you're a basketball player. Do what keeps you on the court. Yes, we want to continue to see Steven Adams improve because last year they let him get a couple post ups. He had knocked down a hook shot every once in a while, but he also is a guy that's very down to earth and humble. He's willing to do what the team needs him to do to win. And right now, that just be a decoy. That's just setting the screens, rolling hard, and finding opportunities that's easy and getting good shots in the results. And also, Steven Adams has been probably their most consistent player over this season so far because Russell been up and down. He's shooting a career low in three and field goal. Carmelo and Paul George, they rely so much on their jump shots that it hasn't really impacted the game that we thought it would, especially playing with Russell Westbrook that can get guys open shots because of his speed and aggression and his athleticism. Steven Adams probably been the most consistent guy on the roster this season. And honestly, I did not see that. I thought it would be Paul George or Russell, but it ended up being the heart and soul of the team, Steven Adams. And he has really benefited playing with other great players. And it takes the pressure and it takes the attention off of him. And he's been able to turn that into efficient points. And he's been able to help them out in return by doing the dirty work. And at the end of the day, that's what he always did as even coming into the league. So let me know what you guys think about Steven Adams. Do he have potential to be a star? Will he always just be a role player? Can he expand his role? Do you think he should get more touches like he's doing in December and in the end of November? Do you think he can be all-star in the future? We didn't think Andrew Bynum, for example. Nobody thought that Andrew Bynum would be an all-star. Then all of a sudden he became one. Nobody expected Victor Oladipo to develop after leaving OKC, one of his worst seasons, to come in Indiana and be an all-star this season. So, and he in the West, so he doesn't really have to fight through that many centers. You got basically AD, DeMarcus, and Marc Gasol, but Marc Gasol team ain't winning, so I don't even know if he'll make it. But it is openings for the center position, and he has gotten a team. They're 13 and 14, I believe, and that's good enough for the AFC because of injuries. What do you guys think about Steven Adams in general? Is he just a role player? Is he just a guy that, not really that much? He don't really have that much offensive versatility, though. So maybe he couldn't be better until he added it to his game. But like I said, he's only 24. So check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Also, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the comment section in the description below. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, like the video if you enjoyed it. Also, if you're on Twitter, check out my YouTube channel. It'll be pinned to my Twitter, and also the link will be in the for my website will be also on my Twitter. And if you're on Facebook, like the video on Facebook, check out the Facebook page, and obviously check out my website and my YouTube account. My YouTube account will be pinned on my Facebook page. So if you're new, you can check out my YouTube, and you have more platforms to watch my videos on because of Twitter, Facebook, and obviously YouTube. So let me know what you guys think about Steven Adams in the comment section below, and I'm gone. And the Thunders is having a tough season, but they starting to get a little bit better. And that's the best part about it.